Ho, 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 Merry Christmas! Oh, the only thing you want under your Christmas tree right now is a spit hit, a great Spitballers episode, and we are going to give you a classic, a timeless, while we spend this Christmas season with our families. Gather your family around the fireplace and listen up.
What happens when three buffoons give life advice, explore unrealistic situations, and give random topics more thought than they probably deserve? It's the Spitballers Podcast with Andy, Mike, and Jason.
A zoom, a zoom, a zoom, zoom, and a boom, boom, pow. Oh, that was great.
Zoom, a zoom, a zoom, zoom, and a boom, boom.
There's a lot to like about that.
Just shake your rump over there.
I won't lie, I was inspired a little bit by that, and then the zooms just kept coming out. Like I got stuck. I got stuck zooming. I was trying to be.
Got to the booms.
I was trying to be booming sooner, but there was a few more zooms than I was expecting.
You don't need to explain yourself. I like
to go behind the music, behind the scat,
behind the thing you made up 1 second ago.
Instant access. Man.
You kept the energy very consistent throughout. You didn't trail off.
Thank you.
You timed it up well. The rhymes were there. They weren't complicated, but they were there.
A little booming, a little zooming.
A little zoom and a little boom. Spitballers, welcome in. Andy, Mike, and Jason. So excited to be with you for yet another important episode of the show. Would you rather? That's a great question.
Important?
Important. Isn't that how you would describe this show?
Yeah.
Now,
yeah, absolutely.
When do we have our very important Spitballers episode where back when they had the 80s and the 90s sitcoms, and that was when they advertised it, they go on a very special, and you knew
oh, yeah.
a really, really heavy topic that is out of left field. It's important because it's a heavy topic.
Like about pollution or something, or about
just something really important, something that's you're not going to want to miss this.
Yeah.
Because they're touching, and I think that's going to be on what episode is it?
The Owl Scat 180 something.
Well, I think it's 188. Owl, can you vet that for me?
It's 166. Don't let Owl get off the hook. He did it at episode 83.
Nope, that's
and
right.
It's 83 times 2.
Oof.
That will be important. I mean, every episode's kind of important.
Owl was back there okay. Getting 20
more, yeah. No, or we could do it a different way. We could do the drama shows and have a cliffhanger at some point.
Ooh.
Maybe one of us dies off, gets killed off the show.
Maybe. Stay tuned.
You never know.
You just end with the joke, and they have to wait for next week for the punchline, and then it will not pay off. Have you ever had to wait a week for a punchline?
We should try it.
Knock knock.
Until next time.
That's the end of the show.
That's it.
Did you hear the joke about the pepperoni pizza?
Uh-oh. Cheesy?
We'll find out later.
Okay.
We'll find out in a little
terrible.
while.
Oh, that's it? Well,
that makes me feel really bad inside.
So we don't get the answer.
Hold on. What happened to the pizza?
We'll find out in a little bit.
Oh, no.
You going to be able to find that joke again? I see you closed the book.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. I don't know, and you don't know.
That joke is gone forever.
Maybe, maybe not.
What happened to the pizza?
There's only one way to find out, Mike. Keep listening.
At Spitballers Pod on Twitter, spitballerspod.com is the website.
Terrible.
Yeah, this is your idea too. Let's get it going.
Well, before we do that,
okay,
head over to youtube.com/Spitballers.
You got it.
Did you guys know that you're matchy today?
Oh, yeah. We sure
Wait, is that why you said you liked my shirt earlier?
Of course it was.
I didn't notice.
Matchy.
Do you guys remember?
Well, look, it says champ.
Yeah.
And it's when I was the back-to-back champ in our fantasy league. And then, Andy, you've had 2 championships.
Do you? Maybe you never experienced it. I don't know. But I'll throw it out there. In junior high, later elementary, maybe you can trickle that into high school. The absolute terror and shame that matching someone else's shirt brought. Did you ever experience that where you're where you show up, someone else
full match?
Someone else, it really just more of a shirt problem. But you show up, someone else is wearing your shirt.
I did not ever experience that because my shirts, Mike, were. Whew,
Your shirts were hot?
They were wacky, okay? I mean...
You were wacky T-shirt guy? Were you wearing, like, Hawaiian shirts?
No, usually like a cereal, like a Trix cereal box shirt. Like the whole front is just the rabbit and the Trix. And
so
I had a lot of cereal box shirts. I think this is bringing up some...
So you were Mr. Wacky T-shirt.
Yeah.
Except you just said that you bought all your T-shirts at Hot Topic.
That was probably Target. I mean, Mom bought them. I don't know where she...
So wacky, my Target shirts. What are you talking
about?
about?
Well, my point is this. They were
You
shirts...
You hit the tie-dye?
They were
You ever
shirts
matched another person's tie-dye?
that no one would wear. That was the point. Is
okay.
like they were so stupid that I never had to worry about running into someone else in the cereal box T-shirt because they'd be like, what a loser.
But Andy, you never had that happen?
I can't recall any of that, no.
Oh, man.
I've done the shoe match, though. The shoe match was...
It really just any match where
Not good.
It's noticeable. And for some reason, we are programmed that you should feel extreme shame and embarrassment when that happens, even though...
There's only a few stores that all the moms are shopping at together.
We all shop at the same
Are they all
places.
meeting each other? No, okay, your kid's got that. No, I'll get this thing. No, that's funny, though. It does bring back
It was
some...
the worst.
It just brings back all the memories of being a grade school kid
Ugh.
and putting so much pressure on myself to dress a certain way or wear a certain thing because
Yep.
I thought that would make people like me. I mean, that's the
Yes.
100% truth.
Yeah.
Get the shoes for Christmas that everybody else has. I remember trying to get my mom to buy one of these cool jean jackets,
Oh, yeah.
but
Denim
we couldn't
jackets.
afford a good denim jacket.
Mm.
So she got me this puffy denim jacket. And
A puffy
it
denim
was
jacket?
because she wanted it to actually be able to be a jacket. Like the other denim jackets didn't really keep you warm.
No, they do not.
So she's like, if we're going to get you a denim jacket, it has to be.
This one will keep you hot with embarrassment. We'll put it on.
Yes. It was the worst because it was so puffy compared to all the cool kids. And I had to wear it
So
trying
was-
to be cool.
So it was completely the opposite effect.
It had the opposite effect. I was an imitator with a puffy, well-insulated denim jacket. It was awful. But yeah, that is my kids go to a charter school where they have to wear the same
They got
outfit,
unis.
and they've been freed of that world.
Yeah, there
No self-expression allowed, children.
You all look like nerds, so there's no one that's worse off.
That's right. All right. No pop culture anywhere. All right, we're moving on.
Would you rather?
They have an occasional casual Friday type of thing.
Whoa.
Have they expressed like there is slight similarities in the uniform that kids take a liberty of modifying and like that's the cool thing to do?
They are technically allowed to wear either a blue
Oh.
or a white shirt, and they have the crest on them or whatever.
Whoa.
But they are different.
So like the
Are you in a blue mood or a white mood when you wake up? That's it.
so the Crips are in
Yes,
existence at your
yes,
school.
It's a big gang. Yeah.
At this charter school.
At this charter school, there is
They're gang banging.
that's right. There's the Latin gang, and then there's the gang that does all of the advanced math, and they compete.
Not by Latin, you mean the Latin speaker.
The Latin
Right.
speakers. Yeah. No. That's yes. Ipso facto Patronus. All right. Stargirl from Patreon with the Would You Rather question. Would you rather all three of your kids share the same name as your oldest child or share the same name as your wife?
So all of your kids have the same name.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
They just overcomplicated it.
You would share the same name with your wife.
Right, but it's would you rather all three of your kids share the same name as your oldest child? I'm just trying to tighten that up.
So
Yeah.
All kids are the same name.
Yeah.
all kids are the same
Okay.
name. That's right.
Billy.
Yes.
All three of you, come over here.
Okay. Or you have the same name as your wife.
Are we allowed to I mean, can you have variants here? Can we choose a long name and then, you've got the three versions of
Nope,
it?
you have to be the same
Well, apparently
name.
we don't even get to choose the name because we have the oldest child or the wife. We already know the name.
Okay.
It's just a matter
Oh,
of
okay, I got it.
would we want that. Thankfully, my twins, I had twins first, boy and a girl, and thankfully Jersey is like 1 minute older than Jason. Because this would be a problem for me if my kids were all Jason, 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 and
Right.
I'm also Jason.
Mhm.
That would be, untenable.
But you'll have 3 jerseys.
That's right.
Now, this reminded me of a story. In elementary school, I had made a new friend, and I was
Congratulations.
Yeah, look, it was rare.
Big deal
It was a big deal.
with that
and
face.
and I had to pick up the telephone to call my friend to see if he wanted to come out and play. He didn't live within bike distance.
Yeah,
as
or
you
that
would
was
say.
the radius that was
So
allowed.
I had to call, and I called the house. I'm like, hey, it's my prepubescent voice though, so it's still very high. Yeah, and I say, hey,
you want to play?
is Richard there? And they hit me with senior or junior. I'm like, huh?
You didn't know?
No, I had no idea. And
Did you go with senior?
Oh, I went with senior.
Oh, no way!
So you got the dad.
So his dad jumps on the phone, and his dad wasn't the most pleasant person in the world.
Great sense of humor on that guy.
Oh yeah, no.
Did you end up having to have him over to play?
I did. It was really weird. I was trying to get GI
So
Joes
you
going.
guessed, and you guessed senior.
Because I had never experienced this.
That is
At
a great
This was
story.
like 4th or 5th grade. I'm like, what? How is there more than one of them in your household?
That's hilarious.
I want to
think-
know what Mike thought the junior was, if not the kid. Is their dog also named this?
He was just learning. My wife's name's Brianna, so maybe my name could be Brian.
No, you have to. It has to be
you
the
would
same.
be Brianna.
It has to be the same. You don't have to worry about the.
So the real question here is about confusion.
Yes, exactly.
Do you want to be confused when your name is called, or when your wife's name is called, or do you want the kids to be confused whenever you're trying to talk to any one of them?
I don't want my kids to have the same name. It's easy to have me have the same name as the wife because most of the people that are talking to me, they don't need to say my name. My wife and I, we don't say each other's names all the time. It's just like, hey, honey, whatever.
The only
And-
problem here is that my name now becomes Mommy because that's my wife's name in the household. So it's like, would I then have to
Right.
take on Mommy?
I mean, it is what it is. But I was thinking there could be an advantage to this because anytime someone says my name,
Ooh, you can check out.
nope, it's not me.
Oh, I thought you were
It's
talking
the,
to.
It's the other one.
Yeah.
You wanna know, no one talks to me anymore, ever.
Would it be convenient somehow for all the kids to be named the same, where it's just like, hey, Brian, dinner time?
Not if you didn't have like a 1, 2, 3 system. If
Mm.
they're all just the same name, then your kids are pulling that exact same
Yes,
stunt
they
I just
are.
laid out.
Yes, they are.
You weren't talking to me.
I thought you were talking to them. No way. The name. I take the name of my wife.
Because they still pull that crap, and they all have individual names in my house. They're like, I didn't think you were talking to me.
Nope,
Our
call
names
me.
do not even start with the same letter.
Call me Tiffany.
All right, Delanitor from the website. Never heard that name before. Would you rather have skin that changed color based on your emotions
Mm-hmm.
or tattoos that appear all over your body depicting what you did yesterday?
Oh,
That's funny.
That is interesting. This is very Moana, right?
Yes,
He's got
yeah.
the tattoos that are showing what he's done and been through.
But it's usually like heroic things that he has done. It's not
Like a
I had
long timeline, not like a short timeline.
It's not. I had a cheeseburger yesterday.
Right. This is me napping over here. Check out this bicep. Okay, I'm
Hey,
sleeping.
nice arm sleeve of Jack in the Box
That's
tacos.
right. You'll notice the CPAP machine connected right here. Okay.
You told us you didn't nap yesterday.
Oh, see, that's the real issue here is exposure. Exposure to whatever happened where it's like, oh, no, you went through Jack in the Box and no, I didn't. Why'd you get a tattoo of going through Jack in the Box then?
Well, the emotions expose you too, because Mike can try to placate somebody in an elevator and just be like not talking. But we all know Mike is getting angrier and angrier at the small talk in the elevator, and he starts to turn redder and redder and redder.
We all know that the color of anger is red.
Yes.
I am just neon fluorescent red
80% of the time.
23 hours of the day, even when I'm sleeping.
I mean, pretending about your emotions is one of the key parts of life.
the truth is that would only help Mike. Because if he doesn't want to talk to someone and now he's turning red,
Now I
people
look
are
like
going to
a
be
highlighter.
although in reality, in genuine real life, which obviously this question is for, if you started turning red, I get in the elevator and you start turning red, I'm going to
Get out.
no, I'm going to see if you're all right.
Oh,
I'm going to say, "Oh, dude, like, are you choking?"
Which will only make him madder that this stranger is
yeah.
getting involved in his life.
yes. Jeremy or Al is sending me pictures of anger from Inside Out, and
No, that is what comes to mind.
That is indeed what I would look like.
Well, Jason, your emotions could, we all sit down at a restaurant and, you have a hard time picking what you want on the meal. Maybe somebody else gets something that looks a little nicer and you start to turn a little green.
A little jealous, a little envious, a little food envy, as I call that. What is the color of happiness? What?
Yellow.
Yeah, that's kind of where I went
Is
too,
it?
like a bright sun, like a.
The colors have been chosen by Inside Out, Andy.
Happiness was yellow?
Joy was yellow.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. You got the yellow smiley face. That makes sense.
It's bright. It's the sun. The sun
that's
is supposed to be happiness.
Is there an emotion for having to pee, though?
It's also yellow.
Yeah. Well, there's only so many colors.
Yeah, man. The tattoos would be tough.
That'd
I
be
mean, maybe you'd
rough.
live a better life if you knew that you were on display. Your tattoos were always showing up.
That's fair. Do we get to pick the location of the tattoos here, or those also
I
at
imagine
random?
it's a full body and randomly.
Randomly assigned? Then give me those emotions, baby. I'll wear my emotions on the sleeve. No problem.
Jason's going to show up. Jason, it's 110 degrees. Why are you in a turtleneck?
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. You are sweating a
Why are you in a
lot,
ski
man.
mask, man? All right, Dalton from Patreon, one of our supporters over at
Thank you
Join
for
the
your
Spit.
support.
Would you rather beat Al at Liar Liar or get $10,000?
Oh, man.
Well, I don't like this
What
question.
a dumb question.
This is
Who put this
stupid.
question in?
Al put the question in.
Al's so dumb. All right.
Would you rather beat Al at Liar Liar or get $10,000?
Here's the thing. I have
We could
struggled.
take the $10,000 from his salary.
I have struggled through it, but I have never beat Al, and I'm doing all right. I'm doing,
That's
I'm
true.
not happy about that, but I'm doing all right. I'm not, dragging through the days blue colored because I'm sad because I've never beat him. But I would take $10,000, please. I think I'm going to take the cash here and always lose to Owl.
Oh, wait. Is the question we always lose, or we're trading one victory for $10,000? Or we're getting one or the other?
Here's one of many problems with Al Borland.
Oh,
Many,
let's talk
many.
about
And
it.
the list is it's long.
Extensive.
One of the biggest problems is that he is a delight to whoop up on in something
Yeah.
because of the manner by which he wins.
Oh, it's the
When
worst.
he wins, little, big, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
This is the guy that's going to, showboat on you. He's going to put the ball, he's going to hit the pickleball shot between his legs.
Now he
He's
is
going to talk about being the champion
he has
all the
always
time.
said this to his credit, and I'm saying he says it to his credit. He wants credit when he says this about himself.
Yeah,
he
that's
says
true.
that he talks smack even when he's losing. So he
Right.
doesn't feel bad talking smack when he's winning, and then in that terrible voice. So that is his. I'm just saying, like in the owl voice. Hey guys, I'm doing very good
We're
over
bringing
here.
this back.
He puts a question like this in,
Yeah.
highlighting his victories on our show. He's talking like this for the rest of his life.
I won another game.
That's what you get for putting this question in here, just taunting us. This is a taunt question. That's why you put 4 questions in today, because you knew this wasn't a real one.
I'm sorry, I won't do it next week.
He's got a little list this time. Kyle from Patreon, would you rather all people only be able to use the word literally correctly or never be able to use the word is not a word.
Is not a word, but
What
it's
is it?
really annoying.
Is a sound. That shouldn't be a word. Like, you don't write nobody writes in a sentence. There's nobody that went out and you got a quote in a book and it's like, and the character said, I went to the store, comma.
No, they do. They write them into stories. But
Is just filler.
Yeah, that's all it is you are letting people know that you're thinking, or you're pretending that you're thinking, or you're meditating.
Oh,
Maybe your
that
ohms,
is
but
one.
not your ohms. Do we have a definition of the word?
Yeah.
Is there an actual definition?
Yeah. Expressing hesitation or pause in a
Yeah.
speech. Anyway, where was I?
So
Um.
here's the issue with the first part. And I wanted
Okay.
to look this up because I knew this to be true, and it is
Literally.
true. Literally. You know, people say, I literally was on a roller coaster to hell. And you're like, no.
You were
No, you weren't.
You were metaphorically.
You were metaphorically. Here's the deal with literally, though. They have literally
Change the definition.
changed the definition. Merriam-Webster
What?
now has a definition for literally that means, in effect, virtually. So definition 1 is in a literal sense or manner. And definition
Wait,
2 is the
no.
exact opposite.
No.
Yes,
That's not
real.
how language is supposed to work. We're supposed to change if we're using it wrong. The word's not supposed to change.
Well, words change for
Not words that are literal.
purposes of slang. Like, oh man, that was bad.
Yeah, right.
And we know that in the vernacular, I'm actually saying that was good. But you can't change the actual definition.
That's what I'm saying. You shouldn't be able to change the
When
actual
the
definition.
word
And if
I'm
there is
with
ever
you.
a
and
word
it's not
that you
slang, and it's not funny.
if there's ever a word you shouldn't be able to change, it is literally
This one.
literally.
Yeah, it's literally.
Because it and it's not like it means
This is terrible.
something else. The way that there are words that have completely different meanings. This is just meaning the opposite.
Did
So-
you mean precisely?
So that's the informal definition used for emphasis to express strong feelings while not being literally true.
what
I
if
was literally
precisely-
blown away by the response I got.
Okay,
No,
what if
you weren't.
What if precisely
Yeah.
was you we did that with precisely, and it just means like, oh, I got a precise measurement. Oh, what was it? No, I have no idea what it was. Then why would you say you got a precise measurement? Oh, I'm using it in the way that means that there is no way to know exactly what this means.
It's between 2 and 52.
Right. It's
somewhere.
Precisely.
precise. It's so stupid.
What have we done?
Words used to matter.
Yeah, I don't even know if I have a choice there. I guess I don't like the word very much. But as a
It would help us all.
podcaster and having done public speaking, like that is the one word of doom. Like people talk too fast. They fill it in with
Mhm.
I've made that mistake a million times.
We all have.
I'm
out
sure
of
that you-
embarrassment.
Go back to the beginning of the show. I'm sure all three of us have dropped an in
So
there.
I hate that word because of it.
What are our biggest filler words? I think so comes to mind.
Well, the word
Like when you finish a sentence with so.
we're
All right.
Oh, all right. That's a that, yeah.
Well,
that,
if
that's
you're-
what-
I
Yeah.
guess that's a transition word for
Transition.
me.
well,
my-
so is so, right? Like
Yeah.
you finish a
So I'm going to
Okay.
start talking now.
Right.
and look.
Oh, that's
That's
yeah,
how I grab the attention.
Look.
Look.
That's our emphasis word.
Yes. So
Stay with me.
Look. Yeah, if we could all get rid of the word it would be more concise, but now that we have
But what are you going to say in those
Now-
in between moments?
I will give very awkward silence. But now that we have changed the word literally in the dictionary, I think we need to fix this. This needs to be repaired.
Yeah, we'll work on it. I'm literally going to do that later.
Today's episode is brought to you by our friends at Prize Picks. Sports is life. And how do you make that life just a little bit more fun? How do you make game day more enjoyable? You jump on the Prize Picks app and you pick more or less. That is it. Do you know sports? Do you know how many yards Patrick Mahomes is going to go throw for? Is it going to be more or less than 320 yards? Things like that. It's very easy. You take your knowledge of the game and you enhance game day. Pick 2 to 6 players, and if they will go more or less than the Prize Picks projection, and you can win up to 25x your money on any entry. You're not competing against other people. It's just you versus the projections. And the fact that they have whatever sport you want, it's ridiculous. NFL, NBA, MLB, NHL, PGA, college football, men's college basketball, women's college basketball, soccer, the list goes on, and entries can be made in 60 seconds or less. It is that easy. Download the PrizePicks app or go to prizepicks.com to sign up and play daily fantasy sports. First-time users can receive a 100% instant deposit match up to $100 with the promo code Spitballers. If you deposit $100, PrizePicks will give you $100. If you deposit $50, PrizePicks will give you $50. Don't forget to enter the promo code Spitballers at sign-up for an instant deposit match up to $100.
That's a great question.
Beverly from the website submitted this question. She says, if you were trapped inside a board game,
Okay.
like Jumanji,
Oof, dangerous.
which one would be best and which one would be worst?
Ooh.
So do you want to enter a world of real estate with Monopoly?
Well, that's not just it. In real estate, it could be very amazing, but it could also be really rough.
Risk would be a bad time.
Well,
yeah,
because
World domination.
It's all World War. That's the
Yeah.
entire game of Risk. Clue would also be a bad time, right?
Maybe.
There's been a murder, and you might be the murderer, and you don't even know?
You might. Yeah, that's true.
I guess if you didn't know you were the murderer, but Clue, I mean, if you're in Clue, that's just a big escape the room. Like that would be really fun.
Okay.
I guess the murder.
Professor Plum.
If you enter Clue, that's the most fun because the
Yes.
murders are already taking place. You're not at risk of being murdered.
That's true.
So you're just trying to.
Someone might be at risk of me murdering them.
That's basically just a murder mystery party.
Yeah, actually, this sounds
Yes.
great. I'll bet they have, like, real-life Clue. Like
They do.
Oh, man, we should do that.
Well,
That'd
they
be a
have the
good
murder
time.
mystery party.
Yeah, so-
have you ever done one of those?
I
I have
have.
not.
I have.
I have not.
And you know what? Extremely fun to dress up
Yeah.
for. Extremely fun.
Okay, so here's another line of thought on some of these video games, right? You drop into, we loved Red Dead. I love Zelda, Final Fantasy.
We're
these
on
are all,
board games,
These are all great. Wait, these are only board games?
If you were trapped inside a board game,
Oh, all right.
but you please continue your literal thought.
I thought it was just games in general, but my thought was just like
When he heard Jumanji, which ironically the new movies
yeah,
are
the new
video
movie
games.
is a video game, but I was just saying like
That was for the millennials.
It
They
seems
had to
like-
update it.
it seems like fun. And
You want to be in Candyland, Jason?
If you could actually die in reality, Candyland. Oh my goodness!
You have my attention.
You had my attention at Candy.
It would be incredible until the ultimate frustration of playing Candyland, where it's complete chance.
What
of
about
drawing cards?
Chutes and Ladders, Mike?
Well,
That would be a living nightmare because you'd be on your way on this journey and constantly sliding down
you
these
would.
ladders.
And what sucks is the part where you're receiving a punishment. Something negative has happened,
But it's so fun.
but you're going down a giant
Yeah.
slide.
Yeah.
That sounds awesome.
I think the best game, and this might sound, I don't know, corny, but the game of life would actually make a lot of sense. You get a lot of big life events happening.
Okay.
You get to have kids and have them go to college and get married and do all these fun things. You might end up in a bankruptcy or two over the course of this game. But, I mean, like, wouldn't that be the best thing to hop into is just like, oh, good. If I had to live in a board game, at least I'm still
You just
living
want to
my life.
replicate yourself?
I just want a life,
Was
man.
there something better like that?
Well,
better
that
than
just
this
is
life?
sad. It
But
feels really
Could be worse. You're drawing a profession out of, off a card. You could end up a plumber.
You guys have to convince me that there is.
Not that
a-
there's anything wrong with that.
Yeah, you guys have to convince me that there is a better board game than this life in order for me to not choose life as the board game
Yeah,
that I would
Clue.
go to.
Yeah, Clue sounds awesome.
Oh, that.
Did you forget about Clue?
I
It was
didn't
5
forget about
minutes
it,
ago.
but it was like so. So this means like the game is over. I come back, just like
Yes.
oh well, then I'm in. Okay, you convinced me. What's the worst game?
Have you seen
Risk.
Jumanji?
I'm officially Risk, Settlers of Catan, one of those games.
Settlers of Catan would be okay, but it would be a dredge.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
say Operation.
Battleship.
Ooh.
I don't want to go in any part. I don't want to be the one being operated on.
Okay,
and I don't want to be the
Operation's
doctor.
pretty good.
Either way, it's a bad situation.
You're just thrust into
Into an
operating.
operating room.
With a lot of openings that then you need things taken out of.
Yeah, and I've got don't I have crazy things inside of me? I don't remember what the
Like a
objects
wish, you got a
were.
wishbone in there.
Yeah.
Butterflies in your stomach.
Mhm.
Or if you're the surgeon and you just miss, you get electrocuted.
Oh, yes, exactly.
All right. Brian from the website has this great question. If Pinocchio says my nose will grow, what will happen?
Nothing. Right?
Well,
But-
no, I
but
mean
then
his
is it
nose
a
grows
lie?
when he lies.
But he's not lying here.
My-
He's saying my nose will grow, and it will.
Yes, okay.
So, therefore, nothing happens.
But what if he says my nose will grow right now?
Now.
Can I fix the problem to be the conundrum it was meant to be?
Yes,
Oh,
please
that's
do.
a way better conundrum,
This is supposed to
Andy.
be a philosophical question about
That is-
Pinocchio.
My
Okay.
nose will grow right now.
My nose will grow right now. If he's telling the truth and it will grow, it doesn't grow. But then if it doesn't grow, oh my goodness.
So if he says it's going to grow right now, he's telling the truth, but it only grows when he's lying,
Correct.
Which means it's a lie, which means it grows.
which means
Correct.
he's not telling the truth.
It's very clear what will happen. Are you guys?
Oh, let me know.
He'll explode.
Yes, that's right. The nose will shrink.
He will. His head will explode. You do not want this to happen to Pinocchio. He can only do this one time, and there will be no more Pinocchio.
Never
Oh.
let him say my nose will grow right now.
Correct. Yeah. Terry from Patreon. Steve Irwin
All right.
has you pinned down in a headlock. What facts does he tell the audience about you, your behaviors, and your habitat? So shout out to the great Steve Irwin.
Yes.
But now he's got you in a headlock.
Oh, man.
Oi!
And Mike does such a great Irwin.
Oh, he does. We've always said he does such a great
Oh,
Steve
good day.
Irwin.
Good
Yes. Just prepare yourself,
Look
Spitwads.
here, we have a middle-aged man his beard is graying, and he spends too much time sitting around doing nothing while he should be getting things done around his house.
Yeah. Man, that's good.
Dang, that was great.
That was way better than I thought. I thought I was putting you on the spot,
was
some kind of danger
outstanding.
zone, and that came right back at me. Well done. Oh, my goodness. That was
Oh, thank you.
Outstanding.
well done. The studio audience was a big fan.
He's covered in tattoos. Look at the markings.
Look at the markings.
Beautiful.
Oh, you can tell how old he is from the wrinkles around the eyes.
Looks just like a crow's foot.
Oh, my goodness. Any more to add? I don't want to go on if there's more. Lyle from Patreon. At what age is it unacceptable for my child to pee in the front yard? I don't want to answer this question.
Oh, well, here's the answer.
I've got so many problems with this question.
Oh, yeah, the kids are peeing freely?
No,
Not the kids.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow, Dad's peeing freely?
I found myself to be very impatient at this age of my life.
I was going to say there's a range
Also
here.
with a tiny tank, apparently.
That's part of the problem.
There is a range where it's unacceptable. It's not an age where it's unacceptable, because once they get to a certain age where they're a little bit older, and it's like, no, you cannot do this out in public. But once they get past a certain, like, you know, the I don't know, it's like up to like mid-20s, then it's like, all right, you're back. You're allowed again. This is fine.
I think the issue just comes down to how are you trying to hide behind a shrubbery?
Wait, this does say the front yard.
Yeah, but are you making an attempt to give a little bit of privacy?
Wait, the front yard?
Yeah, I don't know
You
if
don't
I,
At what age is it acceptable to be in the front yard?
Never peed in the front yard?
I have never peed in the front yard.
No, none of my kids have ever peed in the front yard either.
Why? I'm just here. Help me out.
Why?
I've got a 3-year-old. Okay, where it's
Okay.
acceptable. He can't. Why would he need to pee in the front yard?
Well, I would counter that with, because you're so surprised by the front yard, but clearly you were okay with the backyard.
Yeah, there's a little bit of privacy there.
Right, but if you're in the front yard and you just go behind a bush,
I would.
I mean, like obviously a 3-year-old is just, they're just going to do what they want to do.
Well, everybody knows that it's fine in like a dental office parking lot. We've established that on the show before. That's one of the
as long
places
as you're on a phone call.
as long as you pretend you're on a phone call and make sure that nobody can sneak up on you, it's totally fine. But no, I do find myself more tempted now in this stage of life.
You're just trying to connect with nature.
Yeah, I mean, it just seems like such a hassle to go inside.
It's just a hassle.
Yeah, I'm in the middle of a project.
I can't.
The side yard's right there.
Man, I can't imagine doing that in the front yard. I'm trying to walk myself through it like, man, I really got to go pee.
The front yard is. I can't
And the-
imagine that
and
either.
the front yard is just like, well,
You're like, hey, neighbor.
because here's the problem. You're like, oh, hide behind a bush. I'm thinking about a bush in my front yard. I've got a big bush in the front yard, and and the problem is and
What's the problem
well,
again?
the problem here, the problem with my big bush here is that I've got neighbors on the left, I got neighbors on the right, I got neighbors in front, so there's really no. It's like if I go around the side,
There's not enough protection.
there's not
You got to
enough
be
protection.
inside the bush.
No. Yeah, this is there needs to be a full hedge.
Yeah.
yeah. As I always said,
I cannot imagine you've never peed in the front yard, have you, Mike?
I've peed in a front yard many times.
Really?
It's called college.
But why,
In
Mike? Why are you doing this, man?
Look, this
You
is
looking for attention?
no. This is more like it's night and we're hanging out in the front of the house and we're teenagers.
Okay, I'm still not quite there. Darkness helps.
that was the finish.
I mean,
That was the finish line. It was like,
That was
well,
it.
so imagine you're like in the front yard
With your
and
friends.
you're a teenager. You're with your friends. You're all having a good time, and you have to go to the restroom.
Yeah.
What are you supposed to do other than just pee on the porch?
You don't pee on.
Look,
Why is it the porch? You go to the side of the house.
darkness is a real friend in this situation.
Yes.
I could see a front yard
Darkness is the
pee.
descriptor of this situation.
Okay. In more ways than one. All right, last one. Debbie from Twitter. If you could delete one part of getting ready in the morning, which one would it be?
Ooh. If you could, I assume you get, like you're deleting it, but you get the benefits of it.
Yeah.
In which case, I would delete a shower. As much as I enjoy it, it takes up too much time,
Water,
energy, effort,
time.
water. I mean, look, if I
Did
could,
you know that you can shorten your showers, Jason? You've
I-
heard tale.
I've heard tale, and I've tried, but it's not enjoyable. But my point is, if I could just wake up fresh, clean, smelling of soap and shampoo,
Lilac.
smelling of lilac and butterflies. I love the scent of butterflies.
What does a butterfly
It
smell like?
smells so good.
Oh, it smells so
Smell
good.
like pollen?
Smells like pollen and wings
And
flapping
nectar?
in the wind.
Well, see, the shower is the key to getting my hair done in the morning. So if I delete the shower, I'm not going to have freshly washed hair, which means that I will need to take a shower to be able to do my hair.
But that's why I asked if you get the benefit
Yeah, but
of the thing you're deleting.
You don't get the benefit of
But you-
like having your hair pre-styled.
Yeah, you can't say, okay, I don't have to shower,
But my hair's done.
but my hair is done.
Because you could
Well,
skip the hair
two
done part.
separate.
Yeah, they're separate.
I concur. I agree. But when I wake up having not showered, I cannot style my hair.
Correct.
Like it's got the
It's a matted
cowlick or
mess.
whatever.
Yeah.
It's matted. But after I shower and dry and whatever, I still have to style my hair. It's just I can do it now. So that's what I'm saying. Like I would still style my hair. My hair wouldn't be automatically styled from the shower, but I would be able to.
See, I was thinking I might skip the hairstyle part. Then it could just,
So
every day it's just done. That would be
That's
pretty nice.
That is pretty nice.
I'm skipping the poop.
Okay.
It's a bad choice.
Nah,
That's some
It's
you
going to
time.
really build up.
Well, I get the benefits.
I know.
The poop vanishes, but sometimes you don't know. It can be fine.
Have we thought
It
about
can be really bad though.
creating a way to let your body do that while you sleep?
Mike,
There's a bag for that.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
it don't smell the best.
No, it
Mike
doesn't smell like butterflies.
Mike might be onto something here because if you could truly delete your morning deuce,
Your BM.
then that means you can eat anything the night you want to eat something spicy. You eat something spicy.
You might not be able to wait till morning in that situation.
Might not,
You
but
might
I'm-
not be able to skip the old morning. You might have a midnight.
the huge. I think that's not a bad idea.
Oh my goodness, what is happening? You guys want to draft?
Yes, please.
The Spitballers Draft.
All right, we are drafting. Now, we're drafting transportation methods, but let me explain this.
Yeah, I need
Because
explaining
that
to me.
the description sounds kind of boring, but it's so not boring. We are drafting ways to get around. Now, there are lots of different ways to get around. You cannot draft cars, trucks, automobiles.
Correct.
These are the only 4 methods of transportation you get to use for the rest of your life.
That's right. You got to think about from now to the day that you leave this earth. This is the only way that you can travel.
Yes, and everybody can walk and run by default, so those will not be drafted either. You can't draft cars, automobiles. You cannot draft walking, running. But now you're picking 4 ways.
Take jogging.
4 ways to get around. And I find myself, now Mike has the first pick, but I find myself with this dilemma of practicality and enjoyability. How much will I use it, but how fun will it be?
Mm-hmm.
And then obviously I'm competing with you guys. So Mike, you have the first pick. Now I got the impression earlier today that you were pleased with that. You have something that you want.
Well, it is. There's no silliness involved. This is like if you could pick the transportation method, I had to pick 4, and I could still pick cars, trucks, whatever I wanted. This would still be my first pick because this is the dream.
Stilts. I know he's going to draft. He's drafting stilts.
Electric
Jason,
stilts.
hopefully he doesn't.
It is the dream of this is the absolute fastest to get anywhere other than like you're trying to go to a different city. But within city travel, a helicopter is the fastest way to get anywhere. And it's super dope. You're like, I got to go jump in my chopper.
Get to the chopper.
Yeah. And I'm going to fly downtown. Something that would take a 60-minute car ride is now a 10-minute helicopter flight.
Well, I'm ashamed.
This was not on your list.
Yeah, it's super the number one. Too.
It's super the number one. Like,
I mean,
for
it's super
sure.
the number one, and I've got a list of like 12 things that I didn't even write helicopter down.
Yeah.
I didn't think big enough.
No, you didn't think big enough. Well,
That's why I tried to clarify.
Here's
like,
the thing.
You guys, I basically said without saying, you guys know I'm going to draft helicopter, and
Right.
you're cool with that.
And I was cool with that. You want to know why I was cool with that? Because there's really only 2 things
No!
that are on that tier.
No.
And I got the second pick. So we're going to get these 2 mamma jammas out of the way and leave all the little stuff for Andy because I'm taking an airplane.
Excellent pick,
I want to
Jason.
go on vacation. I want to see the world before I die. I'm going to get in an airplane and I can travel. Enjoy your cross-country trips, Andy.
Well, this is unfortunate.
Yes.
So helicopter, airplane, I have to go a completely different way. I cannot win against you with practicality of these objects.
Okay.
So I'm going to take things that I think, look, if cars are banned from this universe, I think people are going to think a little bit more outside the box about how to get around. I think we all know where I'm really talented. So I'm going to take zip line.
Oh, you're
zip
just going to
line.
zip line.
I'm going to be zipping around.
That's going to be a high tower you have to climb. If you're,
Well,
if
I'm
you're
not-
going for a distance, this is 20 minutes away.
Yeah, you can add stairs into your mode of transportation.
We'll
too.
allow that for free. That's right.
Yeah, I mean,
Stairs / zip line.
The technicalities behind zip lines, problematic.
Right.
But when I'm on it, that sounds a lot of fun.
Okay. Zip lines are incredibly fun.
And so now we've got to.
You know what's fun, Jason?
Chopper?
Helicopter and airplane rides.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? You guys have it figured out to get from one place to another, but the landing, in a practical sense, you're not going to be able to put that plane down in the middle of the city,
That's
Jason.
true.
That is true.
And Mike, you've got it a little bit better, but that helicopter, you could have some problems.
as it currently lies, getting to the airport is a problem. Okay, like I will admit that I go from airport to airport, and so getting there is. I want to go on a trip, so I've probably got luggage with me. There's some issues here.
And I bet you're sitting over there going, man, I wish I could zip line.
Man, I wish I could get my luggage on my lap and take a zip line to the airport.
I bet. All right, and then I'm going to fulfill. Look, we don't have the standardized mode of transportation, so I'm going back in time here. I'm taking a horse.
All
my
right.
God.
I'm going horseback.
Horse is very high on my list.
That is a great pick. It wasn't on my list. It's no helicopter, but it is.
I mean, that's going to get me around where I want to.
Horse is third on my list.
How was that not on my list?
I
That's
don't
such
know.
a great pick.
Yeah, so I'm going horseback. I'm going to be able to get around the city. Look, all you have to do is go back in time to know how people got around before cars.
Jason's over here like, how did people get around before cars?
Yeah, they could only walk. Oh man!
So I've got the classic zipline horse combo.
Okay.
And not to be outdone, but I mean, you ever ziplined right onto a horse, straight onto a horse?
No.
Neither have I.
All right. I'm
But
not
I'm
gonna
gonna.
solve my problem of getting to the airport yet. I'm going to add a new problem, but with just as awesome a vehicle as my airplane. I am going to take a cruise ship, my man. I don't know how I'm getting to the port yet, but when I get there, I can travel internationally. I'm on a floating city. I'm having a blast. Because if I don't take a cruise ship
super practical for day to day.
Well, I live through vacations, and so now I don't have to get rid of cruise lines, which I've only been on one cruise in my life.
You've only been on one?
One.
But you're just that in love with
it.
it.
I have booked and canceled more cruises than I have been on.
The way that you talk about cruises.
Yeah, I'm shocked.
And you've been on one of them.
We have booked 3 times and canceled.
But you've been on one of them.
I have been on one, and it was the best time of my life. All right.
I would have thought he's been on 30 cruises the way he talks about cruises.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
You are a cruise promoter.
Yes.
You tell other people to go on cruises.
Yes. I'm a fake cruise snob.
So now you
I
have
talk him up. I've just never been.
Yeah, apparently.
I've never been on a cruise. So you have a plane and a cruise ship. You don't know how you're getting to the airport or the port.
That's what I'm trying to figure out here, Andy.
All right. So, Mike, you're back up.
All right.
What other sweet pick have I not thought about?
Well, now I'm between zip line's fun.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to think.
Got to have a good time.
I've got the helicopter. Caution to the wind. Who poles be darned? Who cares anymore? Because I already won with the helicopter.
That's true.
I'm gonna go. You were inspired me, Andy, to go back in time.
Yeah.
I'm not riding the actual horse, but I'm still horse powered in my chariot. I'm going to take a Roman chariot, and they will pull me around.
Now, I'm curious here, because if Andy has the horse and we can't have horses, are you just on a on a horseless chariot?
He might be.
Because I don't think you could get the horse.
I can't have something to pull it?
Would you like to pivot to an oxen-pulled?
Yes,
Sure.
you could have your family pull this chariot.
You could
That'd
go
be
back-
awesome. On, wife, on, children. Take King right around.
Okay, fine. An ox is pulling my chariot. There is an animal pulling. No, fine. There's lions. There are lions pulling my chariot.
So the
we're
point
getting in
is
the weeds of the rules.
Well, I mean, Jason's just trying to defend
Your
horse,
honor.
my horse trademark.
No, but you're far more nimble than I am. You're one man on a horse, and you can go fast. Like
Al,
I was gonna say no from the when he drafted it.
okay, all right, fine. Then I will not take the chariot.
but I did throw one out there that you could take, which would not be a chariot, but you could go with the Oregon Trail. You could have the oxen pulling the buggy.
Okay,
just to-
okay, but
if you want to live that life slower.
fine. I will bypass that, and I will go with I will take a dog sled.
Ooh,
Oh, that's actually really
I will
fun.
If I ever happen to race in the Iditarod, I'm good to go.
I was just saying, I've never
And
really
I'm
seen
rub-
one of those like in a non-snowy area.
You
How do
could-
they work there?
You could put some wheels on.
You
Oh.
could put wheels on it. Why don't they dog sled with wheels in the heat? Like, seriously, that would be awesome.
I think maybe the question answered it for you.
Well, I'm not talking like peak Arizona summer. I'm just saying not in the middle of the snow. Couldn't you still? I mean, if a dog could pull a sled on the snow, can't a pack of dogs? Couldn't a pack of dogs pull a wheeled vehicle?
Yes, 100%.
Well, a wheeled vehicle might have a harder time, like
I gotta
turning.
look this up.
Right?
I think
A harder time turning than a sled?
Yeah, I mean,
That has no
a sled just
controls?
cuts wherever. The dogs take it.
Yeah, but if you have wheels,
I feel like you might get tipped over.
oh, for sure.
Okay, all right. No worries there. So
But a sled tips over
dog
too.
sled is a fabulously inventive pick.
Okay, well, I'm taking a dog sled.
that is really good.
And I'm gonna go. I'm sure that actual pilots know how to control these, but I have no idea.
Okay.
And if someone can explain it to me, that'll be a learning moment for me. So I'm gonna go wherever the wind takes me, because I'm jumping in my hot air balloon.
Oh, I didn't have that on my list. It's so good.
I'm looking down at the beautiful world in the silence up there with the birds. Where am I gonna land?
I was just saying,
I don't know.
is there a chance that you don't know quite when you're coming down?
I think you can control when you're going to come down, just
not where you're going.
Not precisely where.
I'm going over there.
Right.
Right? I'm going
and then
over there.
Up. Now I'm going over here.
I never understand like there's no sail. Like, how do they control the direction they're
The
going?
wind does it. The wind controls.
I know, but I'm saying, like, if I want to go west and the wind is blowing east, is there a way to do that?
Bad day to use the hot air balloon. I mean, I don't think that there's much say up there.
All right.
Could be.
I like that, though. So you've got a helicopter, a dog sled,
Mm-hmm.
and a hot air balloon.
Are there any other things you could take that go straight up off the ground? You've got the helicopter and the hot air balloon, but you need some surface area for that. You're going to need
For a
some
hot air balloon?
acreage.
Oh, yeah. Yes, absolutely.
All right. We'll see if this one flies, because I think I figured out how to get
Is
myself
there a horse involved?
to the port.
'Cause
No horse. But there's probably at least one horsepower to this machine.
Okay.
I think I can get. It's going to take me a while to get to the airport, even longer to get to the port. But how about a golf cart? Huh? Is that allowed?
Al?
No.
Oh. Now, to be fair to
Man.
myself, I tried to ping him like 10 minutes ago, asking if I could get this, but he didn't respond
The
at all.
judge, man, he is.
All right, he's laying this back down.
He is ornery today.
Oh,
So
my goodness.
somebody still can't get to the airport.
Someone still can't get to the airport. Oh my goodness. All right, well,
If I can maybe give you a ride,
in your
it depends on which way the wind
Right.
is blowing. But
Is it blowing towards the airport? Mike can take you.
then hop in.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Is my zip line? Is the airport at the lowest part of the city? I can get
Okay.
you there.
All right. Now I assume this should be fine. But my family and I will be going on Segways. Is
Okay.
this good?
Yep.
All right.
Segway. That works.
Because two wheels is fine.
Yeah.
Okay. I
Yeah.
didn't understand the difference.
Yeah, there's a difference.
We'll have to all pack our stuff in backpacks. There's not a lot of storage on the Segway. But I'll get to my cruise.
Yeah, that being said, you will look like a family on Segways. That will be
Awesome.
that will be one of the big
I will
problems.
look super awesome.
While cruising down the street, Paul Blart style. So what is your current team?
My current team is an airplane, a cruise ship, and Segways,
And Segways.
which I'm using on the cruise ship.
What's
Okay,
the max
that's fair.
speed of a Segway? Probably about 14, 15 miles an hour.
I would say 15.
So it'll take you a little
You
bit
could-
of time to get to that port.
You could probably hot rod those things up and get to 20.
Oh, I'm
though.
taking the governor off for sure. You're not slowing my Segway down.
What about the battery issue?
Well, that one I'm going to have to set up a charging station,
Okay.
like the Tesla network.
All right.
Just every 50 feet.
First question I see when investigating is, can you make a Segway go faster?
Yeah. People have been asking for years
And
because
what's
they
the
don't.
answer?
No, I don't think you can. You can set it in the app, but that's about it.
Now, I'm very tempted to take a riding lawnmower because, that's kind of my MO for this show.
We
That's
saw. Okay, so we're out playing pickleball.
Have we told this story yet?
I
No,
don't
go for
think
it.
we have. We're out playing pickleball at at a city park down here in Phoenix one morning, and we look up, and oh my goodness, there is a lawnmower that is going 50 miles an hour, and I mean, this dude is doing Tokyo drifts out there. He is having the best time of his life kicking up dirt. The grass didn't even need to be cut.
No, it did not.
And we're just watching in awe of this guy
he was joyriding.
jamming out. I think he had AirPods in, and he was having a blast on this. It had to be his last day on the job. Had to be. Because whatever he did to that lawnmower was very dangerous.
It did make me feel better about that pick.
Oh, yeah. I was like, I would die if you're coming at me in one of those. I'm not getting out of the way of that thing.
It's very wide.
It was the funniest looking thing.
Yeah, it was dangerous. All right, so I have a zip line, and I have a horse to go horseback.
Mhm.
I do need to get from city to city. You guys have that kind of figured out. I do not, and you know what? They used to have it figured out. So I'm going to take a train.
Yeah.
I'm going to take a train, and then I'm going to pair it with the most obvious pairing, which is a jetpack.
So you are
Do they
choosing-
have real jetpacks?
They have ones.
That's a good question, Mike, and it's an answer that I do not have for you.
I know that there are two working jetpacks that I have witnessed in my life. One is the one that is the hydro jetpack, works on the water.
That one I've seen.
I don't
may
think
need
that's
to
what you're
take this
looking
away,
for.
right?
I mean,
The other one, I
think about it now. I've seen
a
they
successful
have real
flight.
they have real jetpacks, but it's like you have like 60 seconds.
Exactly.
Of
You haven't
fuel.
seen that Rocketeer documentary?
Yeah, you have 60 seconds.
So
of
are
fuel.
we? That's kind of not really a reality right now.
I will take a teleporter. It's my turn, right?
Okay, hold on. I'll pivot. They do need to exist, according to Al Borland.
Oh,
Typical. Okay, well,
He's dropping
I was
a
just
hammer
kidding
today.
about jetpack anyways.
Yeah, who wants a jetpack? That's lame.
Look, sometimes you need comfort in life. Now,
Okay.
will I be able to use this everywhere? No. But when I use it, will I be relaxed? Will I enjoy myself? Will I have a romantic time with my wife? Yes, I will on my gondola.
oh yeah, gondola.
very nice.
I'm taking a gondola.
I love getting around on the water. My cruise ship will not fit where yours goes,
Yeah.
but I respect the water game.
Yeah, so I will go the jetpack to gondola pivot and
Okay.
and finish up with zipline, horseback, train, and gondola for the winning combo.
All
All
right.
right.
Okie dokie. I'm not super confident in my team right now.
What are you lacking?
I still feel like I'm lacking normal transportation,
Okay.
everyday transportation. That's my real kicker here. And so I think I'm gonna as much as I like everything electric in my life, I know I could use the exercise. I know I could hop on this and get from point A to point
Yep.
B, and then also
Very reliable.
maybe, shed some LBs. So I'm going to take the bicycle.
Yep.
I mean, for a last round pick to get the bicycle,
Yeah, that's a steal.
It is very high on my list.
it's a 21 speed.
It's it's a little plain Jane, and all I could think of is Michael Bluth riding his bike to work and just showing up to work just
Sweaty.
so sweaty.
Yes.
Just so sweaty.
If I had to ride a bicycle in the Arizona summer to a location where it wasn't like if I was riding it to a shower
Mm-hmm.
or a pool, that's fine. Any other destination
That's assuming you make it.
in the world, and I get there and I would not be allowed into the building.
I have a question for you.
Okay.
If there was a world without like cars,
Right.
a horse is better than a bike?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
for sure.
Okay, because long distances, you're not doing the work. Over lots of
Short
terrain.
distances, you're not doing the work.
I guess.
Medium distances.
But I mean, you don't have to feed a bike.
No, but you still got to have
don't have to
maintenance
saddle it.
and no.
Well, you gotta put a seat on it.
That's true.
Also, I'm not going to like
Unless
love
you're a
my bike.
sadist.
You know what I mean? Like I'm not going to be like talking to my bike.
You don't
and
have
take-
to put your bike down.
Ooh,
Yeah.
That's well,
Sorry,
I mean,
you got a little dark there.
oh,
I thought you meant set it down. Now I get what you're saying. It's like I would set my bike. Oh,
oh, okay.
Snickers.
All right.
Is that the name of the horse?
Yeah, Snickers.
Snickers.
Oh, it's a
Aw.
good name. It's a good
Was his name.
name. Oh, no.
I knew that was going there. All right, what's your team? Final team.
Is it to me?
No, you just
You're just
just-
reading off your team.
Oh,
You
I'm
just
I have
finished.
one more pick.
I have airplane, cruise ship, Segway, and a bicycle.
so you really are getting to the airport on a Segway or a bike.
That is right,
Okay.
and which means I'm never getting to the airport
They're just gonna sit there. Your
But
big
I will have a
vehicles will be
plane.
sitting there.
on that runway.
All right, Mike.
yeah,
Close us out.
We're throwing practicality out the window. Was inspired, Andy.
Okay.
I can't remember. You had made a comment about like the family and like the family helping you get around. And this is not an optimal thing. But what if my last pick was a piggyback ride? so
So you're
Okay.
just
let's go.
Okay.
Piggyback ride.
you're taking the
Okay.
swine.
I'm taking the piggyback,
So wait, so you're getting carried around by other people,
but piggyback,
but piggyback style.
piggyback style.
Which I mean, you're a pretty big dude.
Yes,
You're a pretty big dude.
yes,
So
yes. It's not practical.
it's probably not your wife though. It's like you're
Oh
finding
no,
strangers.
it will be. It will-
Okay.
or maybe strangers.
This is how invulnerable Mike feels in this draft. He just drafted piggyback rides by his wife. Outstanding. It is a form of transportation.
Piggyback ride is a great form of transport. I miss
You
when
miss a
I
good
got
piggyback ride.
to do piggyback rides because at my size,
Sure.
I haven't found someone yet who can give me a piggyback ride.
Are you putting the call out?
Yeah, like I need JJ Watt's in Arizona now. He
Yeah,
can give me a piggyback
could do
ride.
it.
There's a handful.
Shaq.
Shaq could give me a piggyback ride if
I
I
know
could.
he's got bad
Gulliver?
knees. Gulliver.
Gulliver.
Gulliver's yes.
I don't know who Gulliver.
Gulliver's Travel. That was a good
It's
literature
a giant.
joke.
It was a great
Oh,
joke.
Well, I
Okay.
don't think he's actually a giant. He went to a
Oh,
world
you're
of,
right.
of small
He's just-
small people.
Never mind. Gulliver couldn't handle it.
All right.
All right. Jason has no idea about that.
Just littered from a book?
It was.
Yeah, no, count me out.
There was a Jack Black movie. Where
There was a
he's
Ted
Gulliver.
Danson movie.
There was a Ted Danson movie?
TV special, Gulliver's Travels.
That's how you know
Two-part
it?
series. All right. I think that about does it.
What did we learn today?
I learned something. I think this was the first time ever that all three of us individually got shut down on a pick in a draft.
Ooh.
Right? Mr. Chariot, Mr. Golf Cart, and Mr. Jetpack
That's
got
right.
shut down because we couldn't figure out forms of
It's
transportation.
not because we couldn't figure out forms of transportation. It's because we give them the business for that liar $10,000 question. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, that
payback.
was it. That was it. All right, Mike.
Did I learn anything today?
I think you learned that chariots use horses.
Well, no, I knew they did. I just didn't. I didn't know that we would have such a stickler back there. So maybe I learned that. I learned Al Borland's a big fat jerk.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Get
Yeah.
him!
Yeah,
and-
truer words never spoken.
And I learned today that the pizza joke from earlier was just too cheesy to tell.
Oh, we did it! I don't remember what the setup was.
You're gonna have to go back and listen,
Oh,
Mike.
no.
Till next time.
Thank you for tuning in, everyone. We'll see you later. Goodbye.
Thanks for listening to the Spitballers podcast. To see what other nonsense the guys are up to, check out SpitballersPod.com.